Okay, so this short video help you work with module 1 assignment using pseudocode and flowchart here. So basically, to start with the pseudocode or flowchart, for every program, you need to identify what are the expected output. And from the expected output, you can identify what are input you need in order to deliver expected output here. So for the exercise number 1, as it is, sorry, that header comment here. This pseudocode is intended to compute the number of miles per gallon you get with your automobile, right? So think about if you drive for 100 miles, you have a 5 gallon here. So basically you have 100 divided by 5. That means for every gallon you can run for 20 miles here, right? So that's a very simple program, but you need to identify what is the expected output here. Expected output is mile per gallon. For this one is 20 here, right? And in order to print out the mile per gallon, you need two inputs, right? You need two inputs. The first one is the number of mile you travel, right? And the second one is the number of gallon you fill it up, right? So yes, once you identify variable, you start with the pseudocode here, right? So basically every pseudocode program, right? Every pseudocode program you start with start, right? You start with start. Now the second one, you need to define or declare. It depends on you, right? It is okay for me. You can use a define or you can use a declare. It's up to you. Now, for this one, you know that you need 3 variables, and you know that variable is something is changeable, right? And each of them, they have specific identifiers. That means name here. All right, so I can put here number. I define number. Remember this one, right? Or you can work with declaration. It's up to you. Start. Number of mile. Right. Now that is the number of mile, right? So yeah, variable. It is a variable. So you take the name here, right? It's a good practice that you take the meaningful name here. All right. And the second one, sorry, for the variable name, they must be one word only. Right? Now you have number of mile, you have number of gallon, right? You need to figure out mile per gallon here, right? So see what is it? Yeah, mile per gallon. Okay, so for this one, you need 3 variables, right? Now, what are the input? Input here, that means user need to enter number of mile. It can be 100, can be 200, and any number, right? Because it's changeable here, it's a variable. And number of gallon also, there are 2 input here, right? For this one, there are 2 input. And mile per gallon here, it is output here, right? So now you need to get input from user, right? So you know that if you need input from user, you have to use the keyword here, input. Input what? Input number enter from user, and you want to store it into the variable name number of mile here, right? And the second one, the second input here, you need to get it from user. So you need to get it from number of gallon. Now you got it from user, right? You got it from user number of mile. It is up to user. He can enter any number here. It might be 200 and might be 10 here, or the other time it can be 100 and can be 5 here. That's why they call it is a variable, right? So you have 2 input. Now you can figure it out. What is the mile per gallon? Mile per gallon here, it is, that is a calculation here, right? So my program here is number of my divided by number of gallon. So you figure this out, the value of mile per gallon, and you start into variable name mile per gallon here. Now the last step, you need to print it out, right? So you can use the output here, or you can use print here. It's up to you, right? So I put output here, and now I just take it out. What it is mile per gallon here. Now I need to stop it, right? And my program. Okay, so that's a very simple program with a pseudo code here. And it should be better that you include some of the meaningful prompt in the program, right? So what is a prompt? Prompt is that something tell user what they are supposed to do, right? So for this one, you can put it here. Output here is a prompt. Right here. Right. So they go together. Here's the prompt and the process you start into the number of mark. Now the second input, you need another prompt also, right? You need another prompt here. The number of gallon. Right. Should better put it here. Put it here, and you have to include with the double column here, right? Alright, so you see, that is a process of getting input for number of mile. That is process of getting input for number of gallon, and that is a process you do with the calculation. And this is a process to print it out, right? So in the case of output here, to make it more sense, to make it more meaningful, you can include the literal text here, right? The number of that's all. And remember, they are variable, and they are variable, right? So think about if user enter for this one, enter 100 here and enter 5 here. Now you got this one 20 and you print it out 20, right? But later on, if he enter 200 here for this one, and if he enter 8 here for this one, so it will be the 200 divided by 8, and you have 25 here and 25 here. Right? And for this program, you see, you can do it. You can work with, once you understand the Python, you do not have to understand it right now, but I can show you here, right? So see, you have this one in pseudocode here. Now it's very easy for you to convert it into the Python here. See, with the Python here, I work with the text editor. So I work with text editor, new file here. Now, if I look on this program, right, and look on the pseudocode here, what happened? I need to get two input, right? I need to get the number of mile here in the Python variable. I put it on the labs, and that is process here, right? This one, I mentioned that every input you got from Python is in by the default in string format, and if you want to do with mathematical operation, you need to convert it into the number format. And for this one, I need to convert it into the float format here. Right? That's the first one. Now you see, I convert this one into the real programming language, and the second one, I convert it here. Right? I convert it here. I do the same float. Okay, so now I have two input. I do with the calculation as this one. Actually, I just copy it here. And the last thing, the output, I just use a print function. Print function, I just just take it, I pull it out from the variable name here. So now I run my program, and what I need to save it. Okay, so see, if I enter 100 here, and I have 5 here, the number of mile per gallon is 20 per mile per gallon, right? So now if I run it again, this time I put it 200 mile and 8 gallon here, I have 25 here, right? So see, the pseudocode is very important step of planning, and once you understand the logic, it's very easy for you to convert it into the real programming language. And for this program also, if you work with the draw.io, right? If you work with draw.io here, let me come back. Yeah, if you work with draw.io. New one. So for draw.io, again, everything you start with you start with start and stop here, right? Where am I project? See, it doesn't matter. I can do anything. Right? So I start here. Right? Now you need 2 input, right? You need 2 inputs. The first one here, right? This one here. So you know that every input you have to work with parallel program here. So I paste it here. All right, that's the first one. The second one, I can copy, Control C and drag and drop here. Now, the second one, I need another input here. Right? Here. Right? Now I do the calculation. Everything is calculation. It is a rectangle here. Right? And the rectangle, I have to do everything with this one. Now I stop. Because I need to connect them together by first one, second one, sequence, third one, yeah. So see, I done with the first one, right? And for the second one and the third one, okay. Remember that for every exercise, the first step you have to identify what is the expected output, and you have to identify what are the output in order to deliver expected output here, right? So you need to find out how many variables you need. You need to declare them, and you need to get input from user for input, and you have to do with calculation and the output here. I hope that's it. Thank you. Bye, guys.